Hey everybody, I'm Corzine, your social media lawyer. Welcome to Saturday Live Office Hours. Today we're going to be talking about copyright on YouTube and the other social media platforms. I'm trying to get this microphone positioned right so I can hear me on this broadcast. Last time I had some fluctuations, but we will change that. Again, welcome. I want to start off by saying hello to some people who are already here right now. We got Jaden Animations. Hi Jaden. We also have, I love your channel so much. Thank you so much, Jaden. We also have Jose Viguia saying hello. Hello, Jose. And then Randy, when do the previews start? I don't know exactly when the previews. Not So Edited Videos is joining us. Hey, how you doing? And then we got Diana Wilson, got my coffee and ready to go. Hi, Ian. Hi, Diana. Thanks for joining us today. And then finally, we have Full Creativity. Hello, Mister. Hello, Mister to you. Thanks for joining us today. So what I want to do is move on to a little bit of a discussion about YouTube copyright so you guys are fully abreast of the rules that apply not only to YouTube, but also for the other social media platforms. So I have on the screen here YouTube's rules and policies for copyright. And we'll start off with the overview. If we can position that for the screen. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. So one of the things you should remember, of course, is creators should only upload videos that have been made or they're authorized to use. That's the general rule when it comes to fair use. You can, or actually when it comes to copyright, you can only use other people's content, their audio, their images, their video with their permission. That's the general rule. So when you ever get in a situation where you're tempted to do a review channel, you want to do reactions, you want to do mix-ups or mixes and mashes and mashups and things like that, you should always think about that first fundamental rule, which is that you can't use someone else's intellectual property without their permission. So what YouTube says, that means you should not upload videos that they didn't make or use content in their videos that someone else owns the copyright to, such as music tracks, snippets of copyrighted programs, or videos made by other users without necessary authorizations. A lot of people ask me, Ian, what are the necessary authorizations? Well, there's two things. The best, of course, is written authorizations. So let's say you have a friend who's in a cover band and you want to use one of their songs in your videos. What you do is you write an email to your friend and you say, listen, I'd like to use this song on this video and I want to use these parts of the song. Do you authorize this? And if you get a yes response, that's sufficient under the law to be a valid authorization. If you're going to go formal, if you're maybe a larger creator and you want to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, then what you would do is get into a licensing agreement. If you need a sample licensing agreement, you can go to my website, iancorzine.com. And then third, oral authorizations are just fine. So a lot of times you'll be talking with a friend and he has a photograph that you want to use in one of your videos and you say, hey, can I use that in conversation? And he says, sure, put it in your video, no problem. Just follow that conversation up with an email memorializing that discussion. So you'll just say, listen, thanks, Tony, for allowing me to use this photograph in this video. Just want to confirm that it's okay to use. And then if you get that response, yeah, go for it, then you're in the clear. All right, now I want to look at some more comments here. We got Kim Learning here. Hi, how are you, Kim? We also have Nenyajin. I always mess up the names here. Hi. And we have Michael VX. I'm here. And then we also have Jay Alacran. What is happening? I'm just really excited. It's in our family, we're doing kind of an early Mother's Day. So we've done some gifts and things already to start the day. So I'm kind of excited. I'm very in a grateful mood and I want to help you guys succeed on YouTube. We got Nico. Hello, good to see you. We also have the Awakened Satan within Christ, Mr. Satan first. All right, good to see you here. And then of course we have Not So Edited Videos saying hi also. All right, so we have talked about it. We have talked about the overall rule. Whoops, so get that off the screen. The overall rule for copyright on YouTube and the social media platforms. That is, you can't use images, video, audio without someone else's permission, the person who owned those videos, audio or video. The next second step in determining what you can do with other people's content is the concept of fair use. Now, YouTube provides this little paragraph here for us. Fair use is a U.S. law that allows the reuse of copyright protected material under certain circumstances without getting permission from the copyright owner. However, fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis. Now, this is a term that we often use a lot in the law, case-by-case basis. And that's why a lot of times when creators come to me in consults and they say, Ian, I've done this. Is this fair use? Meaning, am I safe? And oftentimes the answer to the question is maybe, maybe not. And that's because fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes a judge will see your argument that there is fair use there, and sometimes she won't. So what you got to do is protect yourself the best way possible, and that's by using the fair use rules. So it says here, move it over here. It says, however, fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis, and different countries have different rules about when it's okay to use material without copyright owner's permission. In the US, works of commentary, criticism, research, teaching, or news reporting might be considered fair use, but it can depend on the situation. So what really is frustrating, of course, about this definition is that we're pointing out certain rules that might be fair use. And a lot of you guys just want a, black and white rule that you can use across the board when you do your review videos or your reaction videos. Listen, I want to be there for you. And that's why I've made a number of videos on fair use where I try to kind of reduce it down onto some black and white rules that are really guidelines that will help you not only not have your videos taken down, not have the monetary part, taken by the other copyright holder, or worse, you get a copyright strike, which I would never want you to do. So let's break this down, or to have. Works of commentary. This is the most common part, or most common type of fair use that we see on YouTube. And commentary is really giving your opinion about a given subject, or about the given clip, the audio portion, the piece of music out there. People love to hear other people's opinions, and especially these days, it's getting increasingly rare that people are really willing to stick their neck out and actually provide a concrete opinion. And that's why it's so compelling, because it's oftentimes very true. So commentary. What I would advise, if you want to do commentary, let's say you want to do, commentary on new music that's coming out, you might be able to use a very small portion of a song that you want to give some commentary on. But really, the main reason why people are tuning in is because they want to hear your opinions about the music. They can go ahead and hear the music on Spotify, on the radio, on satellite radio, whatever. So really, your job is not so much to let them listen to the music. It's more for you to describe it. And it's hard, it's hard to be compelling not using the content you're talking about. But there are a lot of good examples of people out there who can do it. And by the way, they are the most subscribed to channels out there. Want to take a moment to answer some questions here. Let's put it on the screen there. We got Michael VX. I have a question. Is using a video just for visual from someone else and do all the speech as a dub version of that content, can this be fair use? The answer to the question is it absolutely can be fair use. However, you got to do it in the right way. We talked about it in our last live, there's two levels of rules that apply to use of copyrighted content in your videos. One of them is the law of your country. In my country, US, we have some advanced law on fair use. Some countries have less advanced law. The second level of rules are YouTube rules, or the social media platform that you're particularly using, their rules. And so what you would do when it comes to YouTube, many times, if you just use the video portion and not the audio portion of whatever you're reviewing or using in your content, you're going to be safe. YouTube takes a kind of a broader approach when it comes to use of content from the platform itself. So if you use another YouTuber's video and not the audio in your video, then oftentimes YouTube will overlook that. And as I said before, use of audio is one of the most sensitive parts for YouTube's AI. They are always looking for audio. So if there's ever a time that you want to use fair use content, you got to have this clip. You need it in this video because it makes sense for what you're talking about. if you could pull the audio, mute the audio, and put in some substitute sounds if needed. Sometimes it's just not needed. It's enough just to see the video image. You're doing yourself a favor as far as YouTube's scrutiny of that content is going. However, just remember that you're also subject to that second set of rules, which is your own country's rules. And those rules basically are, listen, if you use someone else's content without their permission and you don't have strong fair use grounds, then you've got a problem. So whenever you use other people's content in your videos, you're always in a risk situation. And many times my job as your social media lawyer, when I do consults or when I speak to you guys offline, is to say, what kind of risk level do I have? Is there a substantial risk or is it a very minimal risk? So Michael, we can talk offline about the specific application of this background video content. Certainly welcome to hit me up on iancorzine.com and we can talk about that later. We got BBTFRG. Hi, good to see you. We're moving over to the Awakened Satan with Christ. Feels like a Beijing China issue with all horror stuff in here. America that they seem to be copying off of. Yeah, well, there's certainly, since the beginning of the internet, actually, I shouldn't say the beginning of the internet, the beginning of this social media age, which I would say in the very early 2000s, it started, memes and use of other people's content was rampant, and it got to be exciting, and it got to be very useful, and it got to be very entertaining. And so what's happened is, over time, the more and more content has come out using other people's video, audio, or images, and the law hasn't caught up. And that's where we're at right now. The law that we have is antiquated. It's back in the days of, taking a videotape or illegally recording on tape some audio recording off the radio. We're not current. And so that's one of the reasons, that's why it's so frustrating sometimes for creators like yourself to try to comply. All right, we got Shate Karate. Nice. MMA. Thank you for your insight. Well, thank you for tuning in. I want to help in any way I can. Oftentimes, these MMA channels use content from, copyrighted content from the TV or maybe other YouTube videos or Vimeo videos. And my advice to you all that are doing that commentary on these awesome moves, that is totally fair use. You are using components of these fights to show certain techniques, but I caution you, you have to do that. It has to be an educational or a commentary critique type function, not, hey, let's look at this fight again. All right. So, and again, the other part too is we got to keep those clips as short as possible. A lot of us think that we need to spend 10 seconds on a clip to show a certain, use case. And the answer to that, the real reason, or the real problem is, if you use those 10 seconds, if you use those 30 seconds, you could be picked up not only for a YouTube copyright strike, but also a copyright infringement lawsuit, which you just don't want to be a part of. So listen, use a small portion and then use other subsidiary elements to help you with that description. So, 3 seconds of the move or 2 seconds of the move, and then maybe a diagram that you draw yourself or that you commission on Upwork or Fiverr or one of the other platforms out there to show that particular move. And that is sufficient, and that will be appreciated by your viewers out there. They're like, listen, I'm here to learn how to do this particular chokehold. I'm not here to watch that fight over again. I've got Nico. Question: how can I make anime video not getting any copyright strike? Well, this is a question I get quite a bit because anime videos right now are very, very popular, and certainly a commentary and critique of those anime videos. I think that's the route. The route is to do some commentary and critique. Now, what I challenge you to do, and this is how you should think about creating your content. Think about this. What if you were absolutely not allowed to display any of the anime you're talking about? What if that was your assignment? Please, Nico, describe for the classroom here this particular anime story, and then give us your commentary on it. If you did that, if you wrote your scripts or wrote your bullet points out like that, and then just use little clips or little images, self-drawn or otherwise, to sprinkle in a little bit of entertainment pieces, little points where it takes them away from your face and it goes to a different, portion of the story or something. If you did that, that would be something that would be compliant with fair use. So I always try to say is don't think about your job as getting a bunch of clips and putting them in. Okay. people can already see those clips. People don't want that. People want your commentary. And frankly, those are the people you want, because those are the people that are going to be engaged in your content. If you just do a mashup of 20 clips from various anime shows, that's fine, but no one's going to really engage with you. They're not going to go, oh, okay, this is interesting by Nico. This is something that he does. So create your content with pretending like you cannot show any drawings or any videos of the anime you're talking about. And then, only then, when you've written your script, use little clips, 2 to 5 seconds of the anime, just to highlight what you're talking about. That's the way to do it. All right. Let's see. We got whoopsies. We got Luminous Motion. I am thinking of creating a true crime channel. Those are big right now. I encourage you to do that. Sounds awesome. If I use news, video footage, or still pictures, is that still considered fair use if I'm reporting the facts of the case but not giving an opinion? Well, yes, it could be. And what that would, where the category would fall in, let me just put this on the screen here, is it would fall in the category of probably news reporting right here. Can you see this? News reporting. That is a category of fair use. So yes, you could do that. But again, I think that the main purpose of what you're doing is to give some sort of either historical analysis or some commentary about what this means for the future, so that people will be engaged in their content. And if you do that, people will be engaged, and they're going to keep on coming back for more. The true crime channels that I've watched, the reason why they're successful is not because they have the best footage. It's because they have the best critique and commentary. So yes, you can use still pictures and video footage. I would use it sparingly. I would use animations and drawings that I commission other places. You see that a lot on TV, true crime shows. So do that. But again, keep those clips 2 to 5 seconds. And again, when you can, mute that audio so that you don't have that to contend with for YouTube. All right. Make sure I'm missing this. Okay, we got Poppa Mainor. How are you today? I am doing great. I'm feeling super grateful, and the reason why is for my family, it's early Mother's Day, and so we were able to exchange some gifts, and I was able to give some stuff to my family, and I'm really excited about that. Super grateful to be here. Super grateful to help you guys out. So yeah. All right, here we go. We got Mismatched Sock. What about altering the video in pitch and tremor? Now, I don't know exactly tremor, but certainly pitch. That happens a lot. People talk about the fact that, listen, what we'll do is I'll transform, which is another concept of fair use, by messing with the picture, making it a square picture, messing with the colors, putting a LUT on it, changing that, obviously changing the pitch of audio or changing the sound of audio, put some reverb on it. Can that be fair use? The answer to that question is generally no. However, I want to be real with you. Oftentimes, some of those tweaks will make it past YouTube AI. So really, again, like I talked about before, it's a question of risk. You may have a higher risk on the law side and a lower risk on the YouTube side. And it's just something that you're going to have to balance as a business. Do I want to have these videos out there, sitting out there for years at a time that could violate copyright law? Maybe they pass muster for YouTube, but they could result in a copyright infringement lawsuit later on. So just be careful with that stuff. Like I said, I have to be real with you. It works sometimes. It absolutely does. YouTube AI is amazing, but some of you guys are amazing too. And so you can fool YouTube AI with all those tweaks, but I got to tell you that it doesn't generally pass muster with law. And it sometimes passes muster with YouTube. So guys, if you are enjoying what's going on today, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love it. And also, if you're new to the place, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. I'd love for you to subscribe. What I do is I make content. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. And I try to explain complex concepts of law to you all so that you are fully versed when you get into this wonderful racket called social media, videos or audios or podcasts. I want everyone to be fully apprised on what they face. Okay. So that's my goal. And you're going to see more and more videos like that. I'm doing a new series now where what I do is I look at the videos from the prior week. I take out various lessons about, social media law and other laws, and I point those out so that you can review them. My most recent, or actually my first video in this series came out yesterday. I'd love for you to check it out. It's all about a lot of different creators. One of them called Rough Criminal, who does what he does. He does music reviews. And I have to tell you, what he's doing is brilliant. He actually uses a very small portion of the music he's analyzing. And it's I got to tell you, people are getting engaged. He started his channel, I want to say a little bit over a month ago, and he's over 50,000 subscribers. And what I say in the video is what I'm going to say right now, which is you can do that too, right now. You start right now and you can have 50,000 subscribers in a month. You can, and you can do it using fair use principles. You just have to know how to do it the right way. We'll talk about it today, but I've done, I want to say, maybe dozens of videos on fair use. So if you ever want to get the nitty gritty, the details in various use cases, just go to my videos and on fair, just type fair use Ian Corzine, you'll be able to find them. All right, so let's move on. I missed some comments here. Okay. Let's see. We got not so edited videos. Please talk about compilation of funny moments of different YouTube videos. They are not react videos or anything. There is no one on the video and explaining what the videos are about. All right, cool. All right. I got to tell you, Annie Dubé, a very famous YouTube educator, recently did a video where she said 0 to 5,000 views in a week, and she did it. She didn't do it on her channel, but she did it creating a video that was a compilation of, I think, 108 moments of a famous TV show. And so, when people come to me and say, God, how do they do that? I go, part of my head goes, how do they do that? A lot of it stems from the fact that YouTube looks broadly when you use other people's content on the platform. It's what's happening now. I did a video recently about the YouTube Shorts permission box, which basically says if it's checked on your video upload, you're allowing your audio, which I think is the clarification. I think it's video too, by the way, but for intents purposes here, your audio to be in other YouTube Shorts. YouTube wants to get to the stage where everyone is agreeing to use everyone's content. So getting to this, to the answer to this question, it is done frequently. It is done many, many thousands of times, probably an hour on YouTube. Can you do it? Yes, because other people are doing it. Does it violate law? And the answer is yes. I mean, what's happening, and just so I can describe for the viewers here, what's happening is someone is taking, let's just say, 10 different famous moments from the TV show. I'm just thinking 30 Rock or something, and they're just putting them up on the video, and there's no commentary, there's no voiceover, you don't see any human saying, oh, and the next scene is this one. All you're seeing is the clips. They get tons of views. People just sit back and watch these videos, and you're going to get views. The question, though, is, are you going to pay for it later on in time? One is, you certainly are liable to get a copyright claim. What is a copyright claim? That's when the copyright holder of the material you're using in your videos makes a claim, because YouTube's computers will find this content and will advise them, hey, listen, there's someone using your content, and they can click a button, and that means that they're going to take all the revenue from that video. So what do you want to do? Do you want that revenue? Are you just trying to get views? Are you just trying to get started in your channel and trying to get some credibility numbers so you don't really care if someone takes your revenue? That's your decision. You have to make that decision. The other part is when you make these, scene videos, maybe you have no problem for the first year or two. Maybe it's absolutely great. You get views. You're like, wow, this is great. This is easy. I just use other people's content and people watch it. Great. And then lo and behold, you've made 100 videos in the past 3 years. And it's the same situation. You've taken it from Seinfeld. You've taken it from various TV shows out there. All right. And then all of a sudden you get a copyright strike. And that's because Universal, for some reason, now is going to come after people that are using their content without permission. Boy, one copyright strike. Okay, you can get through that. But if you've made 100 videos in the past 3 years that all do the same thing, but just with different copyrighted content, the chances are that you're going to get additional copyright strikes. And if you have 3 copyright strikes, as we all know, you're out. And then the other part too to remember is that if you have 2 copyright strikes, your ability to use your channel, to publish material on your channel is substantially reduced. Your ability to do live streams is gone. So you may have problems. It is a risky proposition. Whenever someone comes to me saying, I want to use other people's content as for part of my channel, I want to do a Star Wars channel, I say, okay, great. Start with the commentary or critique. What do you like about Luke Skywalker? What do you not like? What do you like about the plot? What do you not like? Okay. Figure out an entire script about your opinions on this Star Wars movie or something. All right. Then sprinkle in various royalty-free stuff to the extent you can. And there's plenty of stuff out there that's royalty-free or available in the public domain. And then when you absolutely have to have that scene with Luke and Yoda in the swamp. All right. Well, all you need is to elicit the imagination of your viewers. You don't need to, everybody just sit down with popcorn and watch the Yoda scene. So just use a 2-second, a 3-second clip, and then move on. Try to use as little content from other places as possible. So again, I would not encourage you, if you're trying to make a long-term business, to do a thing where you just use clips from, the old, Law and Order or something. Okay. I would advise you to do a commentary channel on Law and Order and what you like about this plot point or what you like about this character. That's how you survive for the many years it's going to take for you to be at the level of many millions of subscriptions. All right, let's move on here. Okay, the Revelation Christian. Hi, Ian. Thanks for your service. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Per transformative use, could I use photos of public figures on the cover of a book and in the content of the book to illustrate each? I would not advise it. Books are subject to much more stricter scrutiny than YouTube videos, which we have the blessing of YouTube to allow us to use each other's content. In the book area, it's a lot more difficult. So I think what I would do is make sure that I got permission or I went to a royalty-free site, like, you can go to iStock Photo, some of the other sites out there that you can get royalty-free stuff. Oh, I got a super chat. I got to respond. Out there. That is the best way to be able to, to be able to get, to have a legal use of one of those, a legal use of pictures on your book cover. Okay. You got to get permission or you got to use a royalty-free source. That's the main way to do that. I would not advise you to rely on fair use. It's a difficult proposition. A lot of courts are going to rule against you. All right, we got Marla. Thank you so much, Marla. First of all, that means absolutely so much to me. I really appreciate the fact that you would take out your hard-earned dollars and provide it to me to answer one of your questions. I'm super honored. Thank you. Your channel is my go-to for YouTube regulations and making sure I am in line with the YouTube community. Well, thank you, Marla. Thank you for sharing your expertise. All the best. Well, thank you. I'm happy to do it. Like I said, I started this journey a long time ago. Well, actually not a long time ago, about two and a half years ago or so. I saw that a lot of creators were making millions of dollars, having subscriptions and getting brand deals. And they didn't know the first thing about what was the law that applied. Do I have to say that I got this product for free? Do I have to, put a waiver or disclaimer in the description? And then I saw people getting in trouble and getting sued, like H3 getting sued for, use of other people's content in their videos. And so I said, boy, it would be great if there was some sort of repository for knowledge on social media law, especially that applies to the social media platform. So I'm thankful. Marla, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to get back to some of the comments here. Okay, let's see. We have Kim. Is it Leaming? Yeah, Kim Leaming. When people do top 10 videos of something like the Cutest Animals, which I like, where would they legally get those video clips? And does adding commentary make it fair use? Well, I'm blanking. And I'm sure if someone in the comments can help me with this. There is a website. It's something about viral videos. And what it is cool. You can either get a subscription or you can pay per video. And I will locate it for you, Kim, because I want to make sure you know where this is. But what happens is, I guess these guys go to the people that have created viral videos and they offer to buy them, or at least have a licensing right to them. And then you can buy them from these websites, and you can use them royalty, or having paid for the licensing fee, you can use them in your videos and have no problem. So I think that's part of it. The other part of it is that they go to sites like story blocks or video blocks or some of the websites that allow you to have to license video footage and then put those in your videos. That's another place. Then some people create it. Obviously, they get videos from their cute animals at home. And then the other thing is you can do is it's really easy, guys. Don't forget about the resources we have in Upwork and Fiverr. There are videographers and photographers out there who you just can hire. It's amazing. And your job, the sole job, is to get cute animal video footage. That's what I'm looking for. And some sites out there, you can work with different countries, and for kind of lower wages, you can have, a videographer full time. All his job is to find you cute video footage that he gets himself, that you will now own the licensing rights to, and you'll put them in your videos. So just remember, there's a lot of thought that goes behind some of those channels that are super successful. They are, let's see, there's a lot of thought that goes through it. There's a big business behind it. So let's get creative here. Let's not just go to Google Images and trying to find cute video footage there or images there. Let's not just try to go to other YouTube videos and, import part of their clips in your videos. Let's get creative. Let's figure out what we could do. And I got to tell you, there's some sites out there that are amazing, that really could give you awesome original content. And guess what? You're going to sleep so much better at night, because the bottom line is you never have to worry about getting a copyright claim or a copyright strike. There's plenty of channels. I work with one channel that, it's so funny. I love this channel. I talk about it with some of my friends. They make thousands of dollars a month. And what they do is the fireplace videos. They do this thing where they create animations or real video footage that would sit on your TV and would play for 8 hours, and it's of a fire, a fire in a fireplace. And then sometimes they have fires that are a bonfire at the beach or whatever. And people, talk about watch time, people leave these on for many hours, and then they love them. And so, but one of the big questions is where they got their fire footage. And I got to tell you, this channel there's many channels, but this particular one I was working with, a lot of their business is to have videographers come up with the best fire videos. And one of their challenges is getting cameras that can go 8 hours at a time. I mean, there's all these different unique things about the content they have, and they've figured it out as a business. They don't worry about copyright problems because they're never borrowing any other's fire footage from anywhere else. They're creating it themselves. Think like them, think like a business, and you're going to succeed. All right, let's look here. Let's make sure we're good here. Make sure I got the right here. All right, we got a question by SK23. And by the way, before I get to answer this question, make sure you guys give me a like in this stream. I really want to kind of push these likes or this stream up so people can access it and learn about fair use around the world, frankly. And also, if you're new to the channel, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. All I do is I educate you guys in hopefully an entertaining way about social media law that you need to know about. I'm going to answer this one quickly because I'm going to look at Tom's super chat. I can't wait for it. Does sound effect also have copyright, or can we use it under fair use? Sound effects definitely have copyright. And so you need to make sure that you get the permission to use them. A lot of easy ways to do that. You can go into royalty-free sites, subscribe for $10 a month, and have access to many, many thousands of sounds. That's the easiest way. There are even some YouTube channels that do sound effects. Now, that's more risky. YouTube allows you to use people's audio content on the platform. However, you do run the risk of having a copyright problem outside of YouTube. So I think the best thing and the cheapest thing is just to subscribe to a service. Sometimes they're as cheap as $5 a month, and you're able to get tons and tons of sound effects. All right, let me get to the Revelation. Christian, you're a huge help to the YouTube community. Could I use, let me put this on the screen. It doesn't help. Doesn't help to do this. Shoot. Where did it go? Oh, I'm not seeing the comment. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to do this. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Put this on the screen. Sorry. You're a huge help to the YouTube community. Could I use artists to sketch public figures artistically to circumvent paying for photo? Absolutely. This is what I would advise you do. That is by the very nature art. And I would advise that when you commission these artists to do this, that you make sure you have a licensing agreement. So there's never an ability for them to claim that what they created for you wasn't a work for hire. So we can talk about that in more detail if you'd like, but work for hire is important. If you do need a licensing agreement, go to iancorzine.com. I have those available for purchase. But yes, that's what I'm saying. Get creative. Commission artists from around the world to do amazing things for you. And one of them is to do this anime, this art. And I got to tell you this, guys, sometimes we're just blocked. We don't remember this stuff. There are super talented coders, graphic artists that are all around the world that could create your own video. There are people who are doing really well on YouTube. All they do is they pay people from around the world to give them the content. All right. They just do commentary on anime that they have created. You can do this too. So absolutely. The Revelation Christian, thank you so much for your super chat. It means so much to me that you're able to take some money out of your pocket and give it to me to answer a question. I'm really honored. Thank you. I got a question from Type 1 Talks. Type 1, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it. I love that you've been at the last at least 3 live streams, and it just means so much to me because I really value you as a creator. Awesome. Yes, this channel is so underrated. So much actual value in your videos. Thank you so much, Type 1 Talks. You know what? I think that is one of the best compliments I've ever gotten. I want to be underrated. You know what? I don't need to be out in the front. I don't need to be, trying to get the millions of views or whatever. I just really am here because I love you all. I love your quest to be able to affect change in other people by your art. Let's just do that. All right. Let's see. Are we in this one? Okay. Then we're going to move over to another super chat. Okay, here we go. Luminous Motion. And again, Luminous, thank you for your contribution, for your super chat. Means absolutely the most to me, and I really appreciate it. You've been at our live streams last couple of times, and I just love that you tune in. I've noticed that you've had some really concise and thoughtful comments, and I invite you to continue to attend and also to join us in the comment section of our videos so that we can benefit from your expertise, because this is all sharing, right? This is a sharing thing. I have a little bit of expertise, but you guys have the most because you're out there. You're fighting the fight. You're getting the videos out, and you're doing it sometimes at tremendous cost to yourselves, both financially and fiscally. So we revere you. Thank you, Luminous Motion. All right, now let me just move over to, let me see some more comments here. Okay. We got a cool question. I love this one. This is cool. This one is, what about the King James Bible? Can I use scriptures without attribution? Well, the King James Bible, as far as I understand, is a public domain publication. That the copyright, if that existed back then, has long since expired. So that generally is okay. Again, one of the things I want to bring up to you guys all, I got to take a sip here, is remember that the borrowed content that you want to put in your YouTube video, your Instagram reel, your LinkedIn, text graphic, that is not enough. The borrowed material is not enough. There's too much competition out there. What people want to see is you. So if you are doing commentary or content on the Bible, I just encourage you to make sure that you showcase you more so than the borrowed content. That's the most important thing. So love, and what I love about a lot of those very detailed, sometimes hard to understand scripts, books, is people interpreting them, giving us annotations. What the heck does this mean? What does this mean for the future? That's really engaging to me. That's something I'm interested in. So I encourage you, Big Stezo, to do that type of content. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure we're doing this. Oh, we have another one. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Oh my God. That is just too much. What in the hell? I just saw a super chat by my buddy Jeff. Oh my God. Jeff, thank you so much. Absolutely. I'm going to buy you dinner with this contribution. Thank you. It says, cheers, my friend. Since I can't get down to see you for a while, I decided to buy you dinner for all your great advice. Well, I'm going to use that for a dinner we're going to have in LA, or I'm also shortly I'm moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, because I'm wanting to get out of California. And one of those main reasons, I think, is something that my dear friend Jeff is facing in Canada, which is difficulty traveling, difficulty going places, difficulty doing things. And so, yeah, I can't wait to come up to visit you. And I also can't wait for you to come down to check out what's going down in some of the awesome states right now. States like Nevada and Arizona and Texas, they're going off right now. Really, really fun places to be. And I want to take you down. So I promise to use some of that super chat donation to you, Jeff. And I'm just really, really proud of our friendship. If you guys at all want to learn about DIY construction, and I got to tell you, the best part about Jeff is that he's funny. He's immensely knowledgeable about how to construct a house and the very smallest things. It could be not only pouring concrete, but how to fix that squeaky door or how to totally transform your kitchen. Go to Jeff's channel, Home Renovation DIY, super popular channel, many millions of subscribers. And also remember to join his membership club too, because he does this unique thing. He actually is available to his members personally. And then he does these great live streams, which take you step by step through the process that he's analyzing. Okay. How to make your laundry room bigger, that kind of thing. So if you like doing your own construction or just want to learn more about stuff, or you just want to laugh, please go to Jeff's channel. It's amazing. All right. So, we got another one from Timinochi Glass. Thank you so much for being here. Timinochi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and I apologize if I'm not, has been with us since our live streams began this last couple of weeks. And I'm super, super grateful you're here. Thank you so much for investing your hard-earned money to me. I'm honored. It means so much to me. The value you give, your refreshing, caring attitude, and absolute need by the YouTube community is off the charts. So I appreciate you telling every social media biz I know you about. Well, Timinochi, that means absolutely a lot to me. Thank you so much. Again, I just want to help you guys succeed because I want you guys to capitalize in this wonderful time we have in the world. I'm trying to look on the positive side, and that is the availability of an audience for free. One of the things we often forget, we complain about YouTube. We complain about, the YouTube permissions box. Are they going to use our content? But what we forget is, again, I'm on this platform, Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm on it for free. So that's wonderful. We should cherish that. And I think that's what Timinochi Glass does, is he definitely cherishes it with his content. Just a reminder, guys, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. I help creators understand the law, hopefully in an entertaining way. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of our community, our creator community. I'd love to tell you more about some of the things I know from kind of the front lines of litigation in social media. So you guys know I was a former federal prosecutor. I was a federal law clerk. I worked in civil litigation. I was a trial attorney for 20 years. So I have a lot of background in the law, the real law. And then what's kind of nice is the past 2.5 years, I've really dived in deep to being a content creator. And I consider myself right now a content creator first and a lawyer second. And that's because I'm just trying to use some of the experience I have in the past to inform content creators how to be better, how to get more views, how to make more money. I mean, Roberto Blake and I often talk about what should be the goal of being online. And a lot of us get started because we're like, oh, dude, I really want to have a lot of likes on my Instagram post, right? But really the goal is to use this free audience engaging platform as your advertising. First, figure out, like Simon Sinek, start with your why. What is your why? What do you want to bring to this world in a creative way? And then say, how can I advertise it? Because people have to know about it. So use social media for that purpose. All right, we got Kim Learning again. Kim, thank you so much. Gosh, I can't believe it. Or Leaming. Great info, thanks. Can I use donkeys in a Brady Bunch title video with the same tune but with different words? Would that be making fun of the original? Is that the definition of parody? I really want to do, Kim, maybe one of these times you and I could invite you on the platform and we can see some of your videos live. I would love to see them because I'm trying to think. I am old. There's absolutely no question about it. And I did watch reruns of the Brady Bunch when I was younger. but I do not remember the donkey episode. And so I need Kim to refresh me on what episode that is so that I can check that out. So anyway, enough commentary on that. It says, can I use donkeys in the Brady Bunch title video with the same tune but different words? Okay, so that's a multifaceted question. The different words is probably would fall into the parody context for YouTube. And I'll put that on the screen here. So here we go. Actually, you know what's funny? Looks like YouTube doesn't talk about parody. I'm putting up the YouTube, let's put this on the screen, YouTube fair use rules. In the US, works of commentary, criticism, research, teaching, or news reporting might be considered fair use. But I got to tell you, oh, I'm blocked by the commenter. But I got to tell you that some of the most important fair use content is parody content. Matter of fact, that is the kind of content that the courts look at as, boom, it's fair use. It is a kind of a trump card. If you're making fun of something, the world, or at least people who believe in free speech, really want to revere that. We want to be able to have people put out serious content, and then we got to make fun of it. And it really is just a way of either communicating the heart of that content or balancing that content. We want to have equal voices heard. So in this particular example, Kim, you're talking about using the title video with the same tune. You don't have permission to use that tune, but I got a solution for that. What that is to commission a person on, I think it would be Upwork. Upwork is a good place to write a similar melody for you. If you can't do it yourself, maybe you can play it on guitar or something. And I got to tell you, it works because I did it with my podcast theme. I actually wanted it to be kind of a parody on one of Soulja Boy's songs. So I think it was paid, $10 or $20 for a music composer. And I think he was in the Middle East somewhere. And I got to say, in 2 days, he came up with a great parody on the tune. I now use it. I had the licensing rights to it. And I encourage you to do that. So again, we don't need to use the exact same content to elicit the entertainment value to our audience. So I wouldn't use the same tune. I'd write a different one. I'd do a parody tune. If you're doing different words, arguably, I'm sure you're going to be doing parody of the Brady Bunch words. So that would probably be okay. And so I think that would fall into the definition of parody. And again, I would probably, if you're going to use various images for the content, use as little as possible, use drawings, use animations, use very short clips in order to avoid a copyright strike. Kim, thank you so much for that donation, for that super chat. It means so much to me. I wish I could come out there and give you a hug, honestly. Thank you. All right, let me get to, let's see, did I miss anything? Okay, let me get to some more questions here, guys. Sorry, it's taking a while to get the chat in here. We got Indrit Reddy. All right, so let me just get one of these comments. I'm so sorry, Indrit Reddy, if that's how you pronounce your name. I hate when YouTube steals my rights because the game that I play music's, which is copyright. Okay, because Mr. Reddy, you've done a couple of comments, so I want to address some of these things. This kind of falls within what we've already talked about in a recent video about YouTube Shorts permissions. YouTube is trying to move to more, at least partially, to a TikTok type platform. On TikTok, even though the rules of copyright are strictly stated, they're like, you cannot use other people's content without permission. You can use fair use, but it has to be according to your country's law. They're very, very strict. But in another paragraph, they say, yeah, but you can use other people's video and audio content in your TikToks. And you certainly can use our licensed music that's on the platform. So what YouTube is doing is it's trying to copy this platform. It's seeing that TikTok is getting tons and tons of attention. It's even though if you look at the user base, it's much lower than Facebook and Instagram. But TikTok is the number 2. Some people would say the number 1, but certainly number 2. And so YouTube wants a piece of that, and they're actually doing really well with the YouTube Shorts. The platform, as you've seen on the mobile app, is not as good as the TikTok one, but they want to encourage creators on YouTube to be able to use other creators, YouTube creators' content in their shorts. And so I know it's frustrating. I could see somebody saying, listen, I have an original concept. Maybe even you got it registered with the Copyright Office. So you really are trying to be the legal way with your content and protect it. And then someone steals it and then maybe gets 50,000 views and is making good money on it, and it would be very frustrating. And I support you because I think that copyrights are important. It's just that they've become less important over time. The law regarding copyright has been eroded by the internet and by the rise of social media platforms. So what can you do? Well, you can do things to protect your copyrighted content by doing it on another platform. A good example would be website stuff. What you could do is you could start a group on Patreon, build that group, and then you could direct them to your website where you have your copyrighted content that's protected, that cannot be right-clicked and downloaded, or use of one of those download apps, 4K downloader or whatever, and then stolen. You can stop that process. So if you're very concerned about your content, which you have an absolute right to be, go the website route, go the Patreon route, use paywalls to be able to extract value for what you spend your time, your money creating. So, but I want to say that if you're really intent upon protecting your copyrighted content, I wouldn't put it on YouTube and I wouldn't put it on TikTok because this is a global market here. And even if you're not being, copied by Americans, you're going to be copied by Filipinos, or you're going to be copied by people in Africa. So you really, really got to be careful. It's kind of like the open market. YouTube is so big, Facebook is so big, Instagram is so big that you just can't be surprised if your content is going to be taken. Let's see. Okay, look at this. Why did I get randomly subbed? I don't know, random Poland guy. I don't know. I'm happy you're here. And if you want more content about, kind of entertaining content about YouTube rules and Facebook rules and that kind of stuff, I'd love for you to stay. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot of comments by the Mr. Ready guy. Okay, so we got Poppa Mainor. So my question was what days are you doing live streams? Yes. So what days I'm doing live streams are Wednesday at 4 p.m. PST. So on the East Coast, that's 7 p.m. And then like in Hawaii, that's, what is that? That's 1 p.m. And I tried to pick a time that everyone would kind of be done with their work for the day. So I was trying to find something, and I also didn't want to go too late for people. So that's on Wednesday. It's 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. And then we're doing it Saturdays, 9 a.m. PST, or I guess it would be noon EST. And again, I kind of wanted to pick times where people weren't working, because I know that right now everybody is struggling to make money and they got to do their work. So I want to, and I know they're doing their videos on their off time. So I want to be in that off time, be available to them if they have questions. We got another question from Multiuse. I love that. I use a music for my intro that wasn't copyrighted or registered to a label since 2016. Suddenly in 2021, it got registered to a label, and now my 19 videos are demonetized. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh man, I feel for you so much. I had a friend who's a very big YouTube creator. I wish I could talk to his name. If he's here, I could maybe ask permission, but who had the same situation. He had an intro where he had a famous, but I want to tell you that it was literally 1 second. It was like a hype man sound in a famous song. I will agree that, but it was in his intro video. And he is a daily streamer, and so I got to tell you, I mean, it was maybe thousands of videos, and those all got claimed. So he lost the revenue for all those videos. The revenue that from at the time of the claim, not from the beginning of his video creation. And then he got various copyright strikes. And it was very difficult. That is one of the problems with using other people's material, is that one, you don't know when YouTube will wake up. YouTube tried to make us feel safe by saying, listen, just upload your video with copyrighted content in it as unlisted. And then if you get a yellow $sign or a red $sign, or if there's maybe a refusal to even upload, then you know that it's not permissible on YouTube. But that's not good enough, because then there's another round of an analysis that happens, a week or two after, for copyrighted content. And then also you got to remember that the YouTube AI crawls their platform for as long as the platform is around. So I've had people with copyright claims and strikes 4 years after they made their videos. They're not even doing that kind of content anymore, and they get a copyright strike from a video they made 4 years ago. So that's one of the risks, is that you get picked up by YouTube AI later on in time. Another risk is someone wakes up to the fact that you're doing well. This happens all the time. I have a creator that, I was thinking Mr. Beast, for the longest time, that guy was, minimal views, and then he blew up, and now he's the face of YouTube and maybe even, the Gen Z internet. And if you had borrowed content when you blew up, then people are woken up and like, oh my gosh, Mr. Beast is getting 25 million views in a week. That's a lot of money. I want my piece. So that's one of the risks of using copyrighted content in your videos. One, YouTube will wake up. Two, you'll blow up, and then the copyright holder will wake up and say, I want a piece of that. So there's a big solution. It reminds me of abstinence. You cannot use copyrighted content in your videos, and then you're never gonna have that problem. Or you can use copyrighted content, do your best to protect yourself, understanding the rules of fair use, understanding how copyright works, getting permission if at all possible, and taking your chances, and then realizing that that's always a risk. If you're cool with that, you're cool with getting the views you're going to get from using this content, then that's what you're going to have to do. And frankly, that's what I have to do. A lot of my videos are using other people's content to comment on their use of other people's content. I told you about the James Charles video where I showed a part where he's dancing at a dance club, but there is background music playing and it is copyrighted. And I got a copyright claim on that. And I was like, oh my God, my mind is blown. What I was doing was using other content, 3 seconds, to show how he's doing fair use. I won the copyright claim, thank you. But not all of us can be lucky. So yes, the only way to avoid it entirely is to do entirely original content. All right, let's get to, wrong camera here. Let's get to a question from Amal Krishna. All right. Again, guys, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. If you're new to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. What I do is I try to do entertaining content that teaches you the rules of social media: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all those things. Amal Krishna. Hi, sir. Will any copyright problem happen when I am posting a compilation video of my own YouTube shorts in the same account? Well, it just depends upon if your YouTube shorts incorporate the copyrighted content of other people. If you're using other YouTube creators' audio, then the answer is no, you're not going to have a copyright problem. If you're using other YouTube creators' video, there's a risk. If you're using outside content from TV, from various websites that you don't have permission on, the risk level goes higher. It's just going to have to be a decision you make. I will say that YouTube right now really wants to push YouTube Shorts. So they're doing everything they can to get you guys views and to overlook little violations of the community guidelines and copyright guidelines. So trying to get this mic to be positioned right. So your risk is a little bit less. That's my advice there. All right, we got bruh. Hi, sir. Do I need to apply a mechanical license if I just use the YouTube Content ID service for covers? I have no subscribers. Will that matter? It does matter. It doesn't matter if you're monetized or have subscribers or not. In order for you to be able to prove that you own the content, oftentimes the mechanical license is required. But then again, YouTube, I've seen it, other creators be able to just submit their affirmation that they own the content and they don't have a problem. So, all right, we got Nico. Thank you for your advice. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to, okay. We got Big Stezo. Thank you, sir. Awesome. And then also we got Not So Ed Videos. Do I have another channel? Okay. I lost your channel last year and I found you 2 days ago. I love your channel. I'm really happy that I'm here. You just changed my YouTube plan. Well, thank you. I'm really happy that you're here. I actually think I remember you subscribed way back when. And so I'm really happy that you're here now because I think that the rules are getting more complicated and you and I can work through them together. And that's what I really need. It's kind of like a shared partnership. If Not So Edited Videos lets me know in the comments about something she or he wants analyzed, I'm happy to do that because again, I think that a lot of everybody is having the same problem as other people. And so if I can help one person, sometimes I can help a lot more. Again, guys, if you are liking what you're listening to or seeing right now, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love that. And also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It'd be awesome. That way I can continue to make these videos and bring entertaining YouTube law content. All right, let's see. Poppa Mainor. This is a very relevant question, and I'm so glad that he brought it up. I always expect questions like this in a live stream. What are you eating for dinner tonight? Well, I am treating my love to an early Mother's Day dinner. So we're going out to dinner. And I think I got to tell you guys, one of the little secrets, here's a little life hack. And that is when there's a big holiday coming up, just celebrate it the day before or the day after. That way you always can get reservations. Products are available that you want to buy. There isn't a rush on roses for your mom or other flowers from your mom. So we're celebrating in my family Saturday as Mother's Day as opposed to Sunday. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm hoping to have something great. Worked hard this week and she has too. And I really want to treat her to a wonderful Mother's Day early dinner. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to eat though. So, all right, guys, let's get to the more questions. Okay. Type 1 Talk says, question, I believe you have experience working with brands. I absolutely do. I wonder how much you would charge for a sponsored video as a niche channel like mine with 20,000 subs. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I did a whole video on this actually, and complete with the mathematical analysis. If one of you wants to look in the chat, it's the last 20, probably 30 days. Check it out. Working with brands. It is a calculation, but here's the thing. And I think Type 1 and I have talked about this before. The one tip that I have for all of you, because I want you all to work for and with brands. That is the goal. Use YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn as advertising. Okay. This is not a place to bump up your ego. This is a place to get awareness about your value so that the brands will come and say, boom, boom. And I got to tell you, I work with a lot of creators and I got to tell you, it's not always about subscribers. I mean, I work with some creators that are getting $35,000 deals 3 times a year, and they're getting product with it. I mean, it's a pretty sweet gig. Most corporations right now are looking for micro influencers. Why? It's because you have engagement. They know that if Type 1 talks about diabetes or something related to that his audience, the people that love him, the people that are appreciative of the value he brings are going to buy that product. So the one tip, the one hack I have when you do get that deal is to get a deposit. One of the big problems right now is that sometimes these brands are from a country that's not yours. And in the old days, you got a sponsorship from a local plumber or something, and you're a construction person. And it was cool because, gosh darn it, if they said they were going to pay you $2,500 for a bunch of videos or maybe a radio advertisement or something like that, and they didn't do it, you're like, dude, not only can I come to your shop and say, pay me the money, but secondarily, I can commence a civil action against you and get personal jurisdiction. In other words, get you brought into court. And when I get that judgment, it's going to be filed against your record, and you're going to have problems with credit. You're going to have problems. You can even get a lien, and you're going to have to pay it. Well, these days, a lot of these brands are from countries all over the place. And so they say, hey, I want to give you $5,000 to do 3 YouTube sponsored videos and 10 Instagram story posts and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, dude, I have never gotten $5,000 cash in my life. That'd be awesome. I'll do it. And so you do it. You do the work. You craft the scripts and you do all the video and then you deliver, right? And then they say, whoops, we're having problems getting you the money. I can send you $100. And they have this whole thing. So they come to me and they say, oh man, I didn't get paid on this. I did all this work. I transferred the work to them. They put it on their channel, so I have no control. So the one tip I have is to always get a deposit. If a brand truly wants to work with you, then they are willing to put some money down on the line. Most of them have much more money than we have. So if you're doing a $5,000 deal and you can credibly say, listen, I spend time and money to make these videos. So I need $3,000 up front. I need $2,500 up front. That way, whatever it is you need to cover your costs and expenses. And that way, when you do that, if they don't pay you, they stiff you on payment, at least you got something out of the deal. Now, I'm not saying that you walk away from your rights. If there's an opportunity that you got to bring them to small claims court or you got to bring a civil action against them, please, that's your right and please do. But a lot of times it's not worth it for hiring an attorney. It's $25,000 to hire an attorney to start a small claims action for $2,500 in your native state of Tennessee when the company is in, Ukraine. I mean, it's just not going to happen. You're just not going to collect. So the biggest piece of advice I can give that Type 1 talks is to get that deposit. And if they look away, they say, no, thank you, then they don't want to work with you. Then you're just a number to them and you don't need them. Keep on asking for that deposit until you get one, because then that brand is seriously wanting you to represent their product. Okay, let's see. We got another question from Multi-Use. I used music for my intro that wasn't copyrighted. Oh, this is the question we already had. Sorry about that. Okay, good. We did that one. We got Doug Hewson. Smart. You are smart. I always love your icon picture right here. It's so awesome. And I love how Doug recently did a video on YouTube Shorts permissions. If you want commentary, I got to tell you, the pinnacle of fair use, commentary critique on YouTube, the social media platforms, from a very intelligent man, please go to Doug Hewson's channel. You're going to find a wealth of information there. I love his channel. It's wonderful. Let's see. Okay, let's make sure we got, okay, I'm just trying to get to some of these here. No sugar coating with Alexa HD. Hi, everyone. Hello from France. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't even know that I had French viewers. So wonderful. When you get a chance, No Sugar, could you talk to us about what kind of content you put on your channel? I wonder if it's like health content or something. I'd love to know. Okay, let's see here. I want to make sure. We got Birdie Lynn. Birdie Lynn, good to see you. And then, okay. Oh, okay. Here's some further clarification from Kim Leaming. I don't think there was a donkey episode. I just want to use the graphics from the Brady Bunch. My son composes the music. Great. Well, if your son composes the music, then arguably he's going to give you a license and you're going to have no problem on YouTube. Make sure you do a parody of the lyrics. Anybody out there, do you know about this mysterious donkey episode on the Brady Bunch? If you do, let us know. Look, both Kim and I know. All right, Lachey, how are you? Lachey, it's so good to see you. Lachey was here last time. Where's my camera? Lachey was here last stream, which is on Wednesday, which is going to be on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. And she was talking about her channel and getting a little nervous about beginning the channel, doing the videos, that kind of stuff. I have to leave early, but as before, it was a pleasure, very informative. I'm just so eager to learn all I can before stepping into the fire. I look forward to the next live stream. Well, I look forward to seeing you, Lachey, this coming Wednesday at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. Again, for those that are new to the channel, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. I try to make entertaining content that also secretly teaches you the rules of social media platforms, specifically YouTube, because that's my platform, my main platform. But we talk about Instagram, TikTok, everything else. Thanks, Lachey, for visiting us. Fiery Pot Kitchen. I love the name of your channel. It's huge. Hi, all. Just to find you very interested. Well, Fiery Pot Kitchen, I think we're interested. I think a lot of us love spicy food. Maybe I'll have some tonight for my early Mother's Day dinner. But maybe you do fiery food. Let us know in the comments. Guys, please, if you haven't yet, it'd be awesome if you could give me a like for this stream so that I can move up the charts and be able to get some of this information about copyright law, the copyright secrets that we're talking about today, to other creators so they can see it, learn, make better videos, make more money, and move on. All right. That's so Nav. I got questions. Streaming games for 12 to 8 to 10 hours on weekends. Absolutely awesome. So wait, let me see. So of No were somehow 1 minute of music got into the game. Oh, that's the worst. Now whoever owns that music rights, I know. I think I get the gist of this comment. So this guy is a badass game streamer, which is so popular now. There's no end to game streaming. I think it's just amazing. It's an entire art on itself. And I love, one of the things about game streaming that's great is that it's pretty safe in copyright terms. One is, in order to stream a game, most of the time, the creators are relying on the implied license that is at the website of the game that they're playing. So if you are a Fortnite player and you want to stream Fortnite content, Epic Games is like, stoked, please do. And that's pursuant to the license they give people who own the Fortnite game and play the Fortnite game, because they want to propel it. They want to make it even more famous. And so they don't have a problem with you streaming the game, and they don't have a problem with you streaming a lot of the sound effects and songs. So it's a safer place to be, especially when you compound the fact that most of these successful game streamers are doing commentary as they're playing, and the commentary never stops, which is just something that a copyright lawyer loves to see. These guys are talking throughout the game. Oh, I love this part. This gun shoots so well. All these different opinions are coming out, even when they have the implied license to do the content. So I love that. But there is an issue, and that is that sometimes some of the games contain content that is not allowed to be streamed. And sometimes the streamers, bless them, make a mistake. I'm thinking about Cyberpunk. I think that I'm estimating, I think there's 24 songs that are capable of being streamed, but there's 12 that aren't. And I've seen this happen time and time again when someone, listen, these guys are doing streams for many, many hours a day, and they just accidentally include a song in their stream, and then they get claimed. So all I have to tell you is, I think the best thing I've ever seen, I think it was Ninja or Dream. I can't remember which one it was, but he does a checklist. He literally has it on his iPad, or he has it on a piece of paper, where he does a checklist each time he starts the stream. And it's an electronic checklist, his switcher and his cameras and all that. But it also includes what portions of the game that they're going to use that day, so that they don't have these problems come up. Because sometimes you just make a mistake. If those large creators that I've worked with do make a mistake, then they edit it out, because the bottom line is they make money from replays. They make money from being on air all the time, and they don't want to have this problem where they get claimed, because this is their income, So just be careful. I would advise doing a checklist before I start playing the game, and also plan out where you're going so you don't have to use copyrighted content. Let's see. All right. We got Kim Leaming. Okay. Back to the Brady Bunch content. By the way, next Wednesday, I'm doing a live stream on just the Brady Bunch and copyright. I should put that in the title. That would be funny. Okay. Back to Brady Bunch parody. Can I use similar graphics, like having the donkeys in separate boxes looking at each other, or would that be a copyright strike? Well, I still am tripping out on the donkey content. What is the mysterious donkey episode of Brady Bunch? Please, someone out there, help us. Yes, you can use similar graphics, and that's what I advise. I mean, again, try to build off of existing art. So if you want to do the parody again, use similar graphics, use similar actors that look similar to those. I mean, think about Spaceballs, that old movie from the 80s where it was all about a parody of Star Wars. What did they do? They made the Darth Vader helmet big. They made the Chewbacca character a dog character. I mean, just think about that movie and then convert that into whatever the content is you're doing. So that would not be a copyright strike. The only time I'm not seeing a whole lot of copyright strikes for parody situations. Most of the time what happens is there's a copyright claim, and then it ripens into copyright strike. So I think you're safe regardless. We got not so edited videos. If I use a clip of some big YouTuber video entitled that is, this YouTube said this about another YouTuber. Oh, does it count as news video? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I think a lot of the content like Philip DeFranco is news content. He does give his opinions fairly often, but for the most part, he's just telling you what's going on in the world of social media. So yeah, I think that's a good kind of content. The rule of thumb though is try to use as little content as you possibly can, between 2 and 5 seconds. Come on, keep those clips short. No one needs a longer clip unless it really, really warrants it. There are exceptions. And when I say 2 to 5 seconds for fair use content, I don't mean that you have to do it always, but I just say, again, plan out your videos so that you're doing a commentary or a critique or news reporting without using anyone else's content. Just plan it out that way, and then sprinkle in the copyrighted content very judiciously in your video. I got to tell you, you're going to get the same views. Matter of fact, you're going to get more views because people, again, are tuning in not for that content. They're tuning in for your content. So remember that. Today for kids, I am wondering if using toys in videos is safe from copyright or suing. I see lots of videos using toy brands. Is that okay? Generally, the answer is absolutely Yes. And that's because a lot of those toy manufacturers, not only they put their toys out in public, but they want people to make videos about their toys because it just increases interest in those toys, especially when you couple that with an affiliate link. We talked about that recently. Actually, our last live stream, we talked about affiliate links. If you want to learn more about whether or not an affiliate link is appropriate in your description section, watch the last live stream, which was from last Wednesday. But nonetheless, yes, that is okay. And then as far as displaying those toys, many times those toys have trademarks on them, Mattel or something. That is okay to display. When people are putting out, when corporations are putting out their products to the public, they fully expect that those products will appear in random photographs, in videos, and people trying to sell those products. That's part of the reason why they even have that. The problem with trademarks comes in when there is confusion. In other words, when you try to, make a trademark that looks similar to the Mattel trademark for the purpose that you're going to try to trade on the credibility of Mattel for your own purposes. So or Gucci, you're making a Gucci bag and you copy the logo and you put it on a bag. That's outright trademark infringement. That's when you have a problem. But just displaying products, just displaying toys is not a problem and is legal. And there's just one little exception I'll put out there because I put it at the end because I'm sure you're not doing this, but a lot of times when you're looking at video and TV and movies and you see I was watching a movie the other day that had a Corona bottle. It was obviously a Corona bottle, but they changed the name, Rona or something. And so why do they do that? Because they don't want to get in a position where they're painting a false light onto the actual product. Then you couldn't get in trouble. So if you're making a horror movie with all sorts of blood and guts and things, and you have a product in it, and you haven't changed the name or covered up the label, there could be an argument that you're putting that product in a bad light and they didn't have any choice in that. And then that could be a problem. But for the most part, you're making videos about toys for fun or to sell them. You have a right to do that. All right, let's do this thing. We got That's So Nab. I am begging you, please answer my question. Oh, I think I did, right? If I haven't, let me know. I may have messed it up. Okay, we got that one. Randy W. I'm doing a documentary using clips from my high school TV production class in 1982. That's cool. It was broadcast on local cable TV then. I cannot find the people now for the releases. How could I use the footage? With fair use. I mean, I think you're probably going to be safe regardless of what you do. But I think that you really need to acknowledge the fair use process. So you're making a documentary. Documentaries often have opinions and critique in them. So if you're going to do a documentary on high school or something about that, just make sure that you use these short clips, 2 to 5 seconds, and then you attach your commentary or critique on the front end, back end, and sometimes in the middle, as much as possible so that you can make sure that you're not using these clips illegally as a means just to advertise the content. The content is going to be your conclusions, your opinions about this footage. That's the best way to be safe. Birdie Lynn is sending me a heart and a star. I appreciate that, Birdie Lynn. Okay, we have another question from Timonucci Glass. Let's see here. I filmed video of my son blowing glass at a fundraiser with other glass artists in the background. I want to post it on my website and social media. Do I need permission from the fundraiser and glass blowers? No, you do not. The only exception to that would be if there is a production made by the fundraiser host that you're borrowing. But if you're taking your own video at this particular location, then you have the copyrights to that video or audio and images. So you should not need that permission. The one, I guess the thought is that, if you're going into a public place and you're taking videos or audio, if it's public, but yet it's a private location, so it could be a school, it could be a grocery store, then the purveyor, the person who owns that property, can tell you to get out. But if he doesn't, then you can stay, and the content that you take from there is yours. So don't worry about that one. All right. Okay, we did this one. Let's make sure. That's so Nab option to mute. I don't know exactly what that means. No sugarcoating. Yeah, but Mr. Beast have great lawyers to cover his butt. Absolutely. And maybe I'll be one of them. 3 Technology. Please let us know the gaming demo video or be the part of copyright content. So I'm trying to draw a conclusion from this comment, and that is gaming videos generally, especially current games, it's okay to stream them no matter what, because the game manufacturers, the developers, contemplate that you're going to stream them, and they want you to stream them because the more you stream them, the more popular they get. So the best thing to be as safe as possible, if you're a game person, game stream gameplay person, is to type in, what is the video game? Is it Cyberpunk 2077? Okay, type that in and then type streaming rules. It could be terms of service, whatever, streaming regulations, whatever it is. You're going to find the page on the website that gives you the license to do that, and then read the license. What are you allowed to do? What are you allowed not to do? I will tell you that a lot of the current games are really cool. The license is written in very vernacular, easy to understand terms, and you'll be able to figure that out, and you'll be able to sleep at night because you know that you're allowed to stream this video game. So everybody who's new, again, my name is Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. I make content to help creators understand the laws, the regulations, the rules for social media platforms. If you like that content, you want to kill it in social media, you don't want to run into situations where you wake up and, oh shoot, I have a copyright strike or 2 or 3 and my channel's terminated, then subscribe. I'd love for you to join us, our community. We're doing really, really well. We're helping people be better creators and make more money. And also, guys, if you haven't, please give me a thumbs up on this video. I want to make sure that this particular stream gets to the forefront so that other creators who can't be here today because they're doing other stuff, maybe they're having an early Mother's Day celebration like I did, can have the benefit of what you have taught me. Let's see. Okay, not so edited videos. If I use a clip of some big YouTuber video entitled this YouTube said this about, this is we talked about this one. I'm sorry. Whoops. I don't know why it's coming back here. We got Momo Makes Stuff. I recently found a wild category of channels that have 100% TikTok fashion videos with millions of views. That's cool. I couldn't figure out how to report such channels. What's the best way? Wow. TikTok fashion videos. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. You want to report them because you believe that those TikTok videos are being put up without the permission of the TikTok artists. You certainly could make a report in the YouTube video itself. In the comment section, you can click on the 3 dots and do a flag. I don't know that you have standing, though, because unless you're the person who made the TikTok videos and someone else has taken your TikTok video and put it on YouTube, you wouldn't have standing to assert others' copyrights. So I'm not exactly sure. If you want to give us some more clarification, Momo, and join us more, I would love for you to do that. Let's see. Make sure we're doing this. Okay. It says, can I get copyright with my shorts video if somebody reposts my own shorts? My shorts video. Well, I mean, I guess the overall answer to that question is you certainly could be in violation of YouTube's copyright rules, or I wish this mic stand would move here. Copyright rules or the copyright rules of your country with your shorts video. If someone reposted that, they could also be in trouble. If let's say you did a short and it violates the copyright infringement rules of your country, and then someone reposted your content, then arguably they're equally in violation of that content. They didn't get the permission of you. They didn't get the permission of the original content holder, or copyright holder. So yeah, the answer is yes. Okay, Naomi Dream, awesome. I was able to get monetization back for almost 90% of my videos after getting it reviewed. Thank you. YouTube was taking my money for a minute. That's BS. I don't like to hear that. But that's awesome that you were able to get it back. That's so good. I have heard that happen before. I had a friend who recently, his channel went down and then his channel came back up, but only came back up with like one video of his 90. And then over the next week, these videos just started popping up again. And it was all about because he did a video on cryptocurrency. So be aware. We talked about it in the last stream about community guidelines. One of the things that YouTube's really sensitive about is get rich quick schemes. And most of the content out there on cryptocurrencies is that. It's not so much, it's either what is Ethereum, what are NFTs, or dude, if you put your money into Nexo, you're going to be a millionaire. And so YouTube doesn't like that. So be aware of cryptocurrency stuff. Okay, let me see if I can get, let's see here. Oh, that's nice. Absolutely average talks about, which he's not absolutely average, by the way. He's excellent. Happy Mother's Day, all U.S. mums. And he's obviously from England, too. That's sweet. Ash Ketchum. Hi, Ian from the Philippines and Asia. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Got Doug, of course, here. Hi, Doug. Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, that's absolute average. Just really impressed from Sussex here. I can't wait to visit your country someday if I can get in. That would be awesome. We got the Lucky Equestrian. Hi from Ireland. Hi, good to see you. I can't wait to Ireland. I've never been to Ireland. I've been to England, but never Ireland. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, guys. If I made a video that is doing well and became an affiliate later on, can I go back and add an affiliate link in the description, even though not mention the video? Well, Diana, of course you can. That would be no problem. The one thing that you have to worry about is, and you should talk to Daryl Eves or Roberto Blake or Sean Cannell. But when you change your metadata in your videos, it can have an effect on the views. It doesn't always, but it can. So if you have a video that get 1 million views, don't ever touch it. I don't care if you look different now or if the description section was lame, the links no longer work. Do not change it because you want to preserve that video for years, sometimes decades to come. So yeah, so be thoughtful when you're creating those videos and you think you have a banger video, just make sure you got your affiliate links in there. Or the other thought is, listen, maybe it's valuable to you to get the new affiliate link in there. And so you're willing to take less views to get that affiliate link in there. So it's a risk thing. But I will say, just from experience, I've been blessed enough to have big videos, viewed videos, and I will never touch them. People talk to you all the time. They're like, Ian, dude, this little pamphlet you were giving out, it doesn't work anymore. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. The video has a lot of views. I don't want to mess it up. Guys, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. If you're new to this channel, I try to make content in an entertaining way that subtly teaches you about the laws of social media. I'd love for you to join us more, so please subscribe. Got some great videos coming up this next week. I cannot wait to give them to you. Check out my video from yesterday. It's what I do is I review this week's videos, the funny videos that come out, and then I point out little points where you could use this content legally to comply with fair use or maybe the community guidelines. And so we're all going to learn together from other creators. And again, I'm using content from other creators, sometimes without their permission, but I'm doing it in a fair use way. So if you look at how I do my videos, then you could learn from that about how properly to have fair use content. I got to tell you, the videos that I make with third-party content have not got claimed, and do not have strikes. I'm knocking on wood as I say it, but follow my lead and you'll be fine. Okay. So we got some more, let's see. Oh, we got Jay Nacho. Jay Nacho, good to see you. Could you explain this one to me? I see a lot of streamers use music in their videos on Nintendo, but the catch is they use a remix of the original song of a creator that has a sync license. Is that legal? It just depends on the situation, but I got to tell you, it sounds like they're doing a pretty smart thing, and that is they're not only getting around YouTube AI, but they're also transforming the song. There is a debate out there. The current U.S. law and most countries' law does not have a provision in the fair use statute or doctrine about remixes and mashups. The law is not caught up. Now, when you go to social media platforms, you'll see, and YouTube has said this, their representatives have said this on camera, that they do allow mashups, they do allow remixes. How they do that is if you go to the YouTube Terms of Service, which we looked at the last Saturday's live stream, you'll see that there is a provision that when you sign up for YouTube, you are automatically giving the right to not only YouTube to use your content, but also other YouTube creators. So these particular people are seizing upon this, and they are using this content compliant with the YouTube rules and regulations. So that is legal, I guess. I guess it's legal under YouTube's rules. Now, the second question is it legal under your country's rules? In America, that would not constitute fair use. A mere remix is not sufficient transformation. And the reason why that is that if to get good fair use, to get it qualify, you have to change the use of the creative work. So if the creative work was initially created for entertainment, like listening of a song, you got to change that. So I always use the example of Drake. Let's say you have a Drake song. If you just played a couple of seconds of a Drake song without anything else, that is not fair use. if you did a couple of seconds of a Drake song and then you taught people out there how to make beats that sound like Dre, then you're using it in an educational context. There's no one who's tuning into your content merely to listen to the Drake clip. They're actually tuning into your content because of your own creative value, which is, hey, I know how to make beats. This is how he makes it. Here's how you can make this beat too. So that's a good explanation for that. All right. So, we gotta go down here. Let's see. Thank you so much for the Snapchat, the donation. Diana Wilson, online course resource. That's right. Thanks so much for all your awesome advice. You rock. Diana Wilson, thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I wish you a lot of luck. You definitely have it right. You are hitting social media as a business. You're using social media platforms like YouTube as advertising. That's what we all got to do, guys. This is advertising. It is not a place for you to feel good about yourself. You're trying to broadcast your value, and Diana is doing that with her online course resource. And I'm going to check out your channel, see if you can help me make an online course. All right, I got to answer some questions because I got to go pretty soon to see if Steven Mancera, IO, from the Philippines. Does fair use or free speech statute of U.S. protects you from getting claimed by some media company for X media critique on your country? Steven, yes, the answer is generally. Fair use stems from my favorite concept in the law, and that's free speech. Basically, the law reveres people creating speech through the art of others. So that's very true. And so U.S. law does protect that. Now, yes, it's kind of a complicated answer to your question, but yes, when you're using other people's media without their permission, but you're doing it in the context of expressing your free speech rights, like doing commentary, critique, education, historical content, or parody, making fun of it, then that will qualify for fair use. Guys, if you're new to the stream, I'm so happy you're here. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. I want to bring this stream out to other people so that they can learn from our discussion of fair use. Adnan Mantesh. I make a combined video for several shorts videos that I collect from Instagram and TikTok, and I comment on and add some video and audio effects, some text. Will I face a copyright problem? I make several shorts that I collect from Instagram. It sounds like you're making shorts videos on YouTube. I think you're safer, Adnan, if you use content from YouTube itself, because now, as you know from my video that came out last Sunday, there is an explicit box on the upload that says, if you check it, you allow other creators to use your audio content in their YouTube short videos. Even though it's expressly audio, I believe what YouTube is really communicating is you can use any content that's on YouTube in your YouTube Shorts videos. So to have less risk, take your stuff, not from Instagram and TikTok, but take it from YouTube. A lot of the time you can find the same content that you find on TikTok on YouTube because it's republished. So just do that. But the answer to your question is, so long as you do commentary and you display the content for short periods, I would not advise you to play the whole TikTok and then comment on it. I would advise you to play the funny part, the important part, the part you want to talk about, and then do the commentary before, do the commentary after. A good example of this, a person who's doing really good on YouTube, and again, it's part of my video from yesterday. Check out my video that just came out yesterday, all about the things we can learn from last week's videos that are popular on YouTube. Rough Criminal is doing a great job of doing commentary. I want to say it's 10 seconds or 15 seconds of commentary with a very short portion of copyrighted music. No claims, no copyright strikes for Rough Criminal. Let's make sure we got Hair by Chris Becks. Hello, good to see you. I'm good to see you too. All right, we got Chess YT. Chess, thanks so much for joining us, and I've seen you in the comments before, and I'm really happy you're here. We got okay, we got some more questions from Steven. Let's see. We got Amal Krishna. Can I monetize vertical video, not shorts, in YouTube? Yeah, of course you can. Matter of fact, that's what, I don't know if you've seen some of my videos, but I've been doing a lot of vertical now because I'm seeing that 70% of my views are from mobile. So I think you need to do the same thing. Let's move on to not so edited videos. My channel got demonetized for repetitive content once. I replied for YouTube partner program and it worked. Ooh, good. If it happened again, am I out forever? If not, is there a rule for how many times I can reapply? There's no rule for how many times you can reapply. I will say YouTube keeps count. They have a folder on all of us creators, and they know about how many times you've been demonetized. They know how many times you've been, let's say you got verification or you got 100,000 subscribers or whatever. I just think that be careful on repetitive content. And where we see that happen a lot is through live streams. We see it a lot when you are doing the same intro. Make sure that you don't have a very long repetitive intro with third-party content in it, because it's just repetitive and it happens on all your videos, and you can get, I've seen channels entirely go down because their intro had copyrighted content in it, and they have 100 videos, and then their channel is terminated because there's so many strikes. Once the copyright holder gets wind of the fact that you're using copyrighted content in your intro, you could be pulled down. All right, guys, I have got to go. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta go, guys. Let me just answer a question right now. Ash Kitchen, Sir Ian. I love how I call it Sir Ian. I wish I was a knight in England. That'd be awesome. I have a question. Does COPPA is currently related to this COVID pandemic? Well, I'm happy to answer that, Ash. Put it in the comments there. Let's see. Let me just see if I can get one more question in, guys. I'm so appreciative of you being here. Let's see. We got Say Covers. Good to see you, Say. Does pictures from Google? No, you cannot use pictures from Google and the Google images unless you do fair use. In other words, unless you take a picture, it's a historical picture, maybe of a World War II, and then you do some commentary on it. Granted, some of those pictures are already in the public domain, so you don't need to attribute it or to do the fair use. I would advise anytime you're not using your own original content, you to do critique, commentary, or parody or education, one of those YouTube factors or fair use factors. Guys, I am so stoked that you were here. I had a great time. I got to head out because I do some more work out there. I have some creator consults. By the way, anytime you want to contact me and speak to me directly, maybe we could do an analysis of your channel. The next video, does it have third-party content in it? Am I going to get a copyright strike? Go to iancorzine.com. That's iancorzine.com. Go up into the up right-hand corner, schedule a consult with me. We'll work it out. We'll get that brand deal done. We'll get that channel figured out. Hopefully we can get that channel unterminated, get that copyright strike off your record. I'm here to help. I'm going to be here with another live stream on Wednesday, 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST with all your questions. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'm happy to do that. And again, I'm going to be here on Wednesdays and Saturdays from here on out. And I love you guys. And